a variety of challenges. Rapid urbanization will present problems of growth, housing, and food sustainability. But none may be more crucial than the access to fresh water. Singapore currently imports about half of its daily water requirement. In the next 3 decades, though, the aim is to ensure water sustainability. To do so, planners are looking to a resource the island nation has in abundance: seawater.
I always call this a new toy. Really, it's kind of a toy for us, but seriously, it's a plant that's designed with robustness, reliability. It's fully automated.
Hugh Kit-san oversaw the construction of a brand new state-of-the-art water facility, the Tuas Desalination Plant.
We've been working on this project for the last just over 2 years to get it from a green field and up to the state that you see right behind me, a functional 30 million gallons per day desalination plant.
The Tuas Desalination Plant is a modern marvel of precision engineering. In land-scarce Singapore, its footprint is a mere 100 meters by 300 meters. That's roughly the size of 3 football fields. This may seem large, but it is a relatively small footprint compared to plants of its kind around the world.
When we did the design and the construction, it was quite a challenge that you got to make sure that they are all stacked and arranged in like a Lego manner, that it all fits nicely into a puzzle and it forms the plant what you see today.
Despite its small footprint, the Tuas Desalination Plant houses one of the world's most powerful technologies for producing fresh water from the sea: reverse osmosis filters.
That's actually the heart of the plant, where the salt in the seawater gets separated or removed from the water. The white tubes in there is the reverse osmosis membrane, where filtered water will be pushed through the membrane.
This high-tech process is a key part of preparing Singapore for the future. But conventional water desalination is energy-intensive. The electricity you would need to desalinate enough water for just 1 day of Singapore's needs could power a Singaporean household for 1,000 years. To save energy and reduce the cost of water desalination, the PUB is now investing in new research. Evoqua is a company working on the desalination process of tomorrow.
We are demonstrating our next ED technology for seawater desalination.
Electrodialysis uses electricity to remove salt from seawater. Pairs of electrodes are placed in a stream of salt water, with 1 positive electrode and 1 negative. The positively charged sodium ions are attracted to the negative electrode, and the negatively charged chlorine ions are attracted to the positive electrode. This concentrates the salt around the electrodes. The process is repeated until the water is salt-free.
Right now we are building a demonstration plant with a capacity of 3,800 meter cube per day. We have plans to further scale up this technology with a capacity of 100,000 meter cube per day.
Singapore's innovations in housing, food and water are giving us a glimpse of how a forward-thinking city might solve some of the challenges it faces. But these solutions will come at a price. Fast, secure and thriving economies will be essential for facing an uncertain future. And perhaps no nation understands this better than Singapore.
The financial sector is a very, very critical sector for Singapore. Almost 12% of our GDP comes from this sector. So you understand how critical for us to ensure that this sector is a vibrant sector, it is competitive, it attracts the best possible ideas.
As the Chief FinTech Officer of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Sopnandu Mahanti needs to ensure that the nation sets a world standard for the financial sector. This boils down to one thing: technology innovation.
Most of the services in financial sector are going to be powered by technology.
In 2016, Singapore announced Project Ubin, a new fintech experiment using blockchain technology. Traditionally, banks keep a record of all transactions on their own centralized ledger, which is susceptible to manipulation by hackers. But Project Ubin keeps all records on a blockchain. This means that identical copies of the ledger are kept on a distributed network of computers around the world. These computers check in with each other to ensure that their copy of the ledger is correct. If one of the copies does not match the others, it is rejected and replaced with a copy that the majority of ledgers agree is correct. To tamper with the blockchain to steal money, a hacker would need to hack a majority of the computers on the network simultaneously, a virtual impossibility.
The real killer use case is cross-border transfer. Today it takes 2 to 3 days to move money between two countries, the whole overseas transfer. So if we can apply a technology like blockchain, it may give us that opportunity to reduce the time to do cross-border transfer and may also reduce the expensive way we move money from a country to B country.
Singapore has long been known as a financial hub, home to major banks from around the world. With Project Ubin, Singapore has ensured that it will stay ahead of the pack when it comes to fintech. In a country short on natural resources, the motto is innovate or die. And Singapore has taken up that challenge, with a startup culture catapulting the nation into the future. Ideas are one of the intangible resources that power cities. Singapore has capitalized on the nation's creative DNA to support and usher in a new wave of innovative companies. One of the biggest startup hubs is ST Engineering's tech incubator, InnoSparks.
We are focused on solving some of the urban challenges, particularly solutions in smart cities as well as health tech.
Medical technology is a $350 billion global industry, one that thrives on the latest ideas.
Start alignment.
Like Alan Go's revolutionary automated needle targeting system.
With End system, we are able to automate the entire needle alignment process, making it very stress-free for the doctors. They can align the needle to the target at a fraction of the time. It is more accurate.
More than just a surgical assistant, Alan's robot can actually help train the next generation of surgeons.
Typically, for surgeons to be expert in terms of puncture, he has to puncture more than 150 times. But with such a device, which is smart, automated, junior surgeons probably just require about 40 to 50 puncture, and they could be an expert in the field of puncture.
InnoSparks has also been key in developing life-saving technologies to solve global health problems.
My name is Jerome. I'm the head of engineering at InnoSparks, and I'm also the lead engineer for AirPlasma Mask. So we actually started the project development in 2013 when Singapore was hit with severe haze.
During the 2013 Southeast Asian haze crisis, large-scale wildfires blanketed the region in impenetrable smog, shattering all records and pollution indexes. Stores sold out of high-quality air filtration masks. Worse yet, parents were dismayed to learn that all masks on the market were built for adults.
We actually went to do a 3D facial scanning of more than 850 children and adults. And then using an algorithm that we developed in-house proprietarily, we came up with 3 sizes of masks that fits children, adults to the elderly.
Using thermal imaging, the benefits of these masks leap into focus.
We can see that actually the mask itself stays pretty much purple. This is a quick way to show that the ventilator is actually effective in venting heat from the mask.
While a vital part of Singapore's economy, the tech scene is not just about software or hardware. At its core, it is about heartware, providing for its citizens.
We want to create innovations that have a real-world impact, so we take a very user-centered approach.
Singapore's digital economy is providing real, tangible benefits to people, and some of its brightest inventors are focusing on the far future. Local startup TransferFi has developed a technology that could change the way we think about electricity.
Wireless power transfer is inherently being able to transfer power wirelessly, using radio frequency to be able to transfer power. In terms of the construct behind it is electromagnetic waves, essentially power within a waveform.
The custom-built transmitter converts electrical current into electromagnetic waves. Using a complex algorithm, this wave is modulated and focused into a tight beam, transmitted to an array of antennas using radio frequency. The receiver harvests the radio frequency waves and converts them to direct current, which is able to power electrical devices.
The system is ready now, so the signal is now generating. I think now we are ready to switch on the power amplifier. T5 logo there, it's on now.
It switches on without any wires tethered to it, no batteries, nothing. It's all power through air.
This simple demonstration gives a hint of the enormous potential of the system. As the technology is scaled up to further distances, it could revolutionize every industry that relies on electricity, creating the world's first long-range, safe and efficient wireless power networks.
There's a lot of uses. I mean, it's ubiquitous technology. I mean, you can use wireless power transfer and distribution for almost anything, from consumer electronics to medical devices to offshore renewables to sensors, for automation.
Singapore's digital startups are dreaming up ingenious new technology, proving that perhaps the greatest resource we'll need in the future is imagination. In tomorrow's super-connected smart cities, every aspect of our lives could be affected by the constantly changing world of digital technology. Preparing the next generation for this future is top of mind for most educators of today. In